Photographers are like lab rats. They often search through the maze of life, only to find sadness and misery. They look through glass to see human deception and science killing them slowly. They often die from eating too much cheese. Doesn't mean if 5 of them came to me for help, I would refuse. Come on.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
Okay, we have a very special Q&A episode, not due to the great questions. Those were all abysmal and will irritate my blood, but due to the Steinbeck Society. He has gifted us again many more microphones and a Mix Pre 3, which you're listening to right now. That thing looks fantastic and fun. It's got a screen on it. Look at that thing, the levels moving. So right now we're on my original mic, the Sennheiser E935 that I bought in Thailand. Fantastic mic, you couldn't beat it. In fact, I bet all his gifts are worse, definitely, and we will find out today. So each question, I will switch the mic and cameras being switched. Right now we're on the Blackmagic OG, of course, Leica 25mm 1.4 with no black mists on anything today. Just sharpness. Oh, we're going to do a little Canon, little Nikon. Oh boy. What focal length to use at arm's length in APS-C camera for YouTube talking head? Thankfully, I just made the video showing you 2 examples of Nikon. I had the 12 in one hand and the 16 in the other. And so roughly what you're going for, it depends on your personality. I know my man, the everything man, he's no longer a fan of the ultra wides. He's more dignified now. He has a 24mm in mind, and he's fine with that. 26 even. As long as the background's blurry, he's a happy man. Blur it less sometime. Even your iPhone's too blurry. Yeah, I said it. I'll be the one to say it. So, in my opinion, you can get away with 15 to 24. That's your focal length. You're like 15's goofy, and if you're in APS-C terms, it's 10 to 16. Since you can't do math, no photographer could. 10 is fun, it's goofy, it's wide, cool. As you go up, you can get away with 24 at hand's distance, but it does look much better if you extend it on out with a tripod. With an extended tripod, you almost double your arm length depending on the tripod. That can be fun. It just gets heavy due to leverage existing on our fake Earth. One thing to consider, if you have the Ulanzi backpack clip system purchased through my affiliate links, you put one on your camera, you're vlogging, you snap it on, boom. You take it off, you're ready to go. If you want a tripod in that mix, that's now in your water bottle pocket that's hard to reach. You might break an elbow, twist a wrist, something might happen. But like, it's not too bad. You take it out, boom, quick release on the tripod, boom, extend. It can be fun. I've done it. I've been known to do it. But it is nicer to have just the package, like the Sony X3000. That was a 17mm. Maybe 19 with the active stabe. So like ultra wide is fun and you don't need the tripod. Where like DJI Action 4, fantastic. That's like 15mm. I love that thing. Boom, you're just holding it right there. Good to go. So 15 to 24, you should be good. It's more about, can you get cats to let you pet them in your vlog? That's more the important thing. Will squirrels come to you? It's not about your boring ass show to Starbucks. Okay, now what we've done, we switched on over to the Canon R8 with EF 85mm 1.2. First time talking about this. I've snuck it in a couple videos. This is the setup we used on the A9 III review, whatever that was, with the weird shiny face and the green lights. That was strange, but now we have this, and we've switched over to the Sennheiser E945 instead of the 35. Is it an upgrade? I felt like I had to increase the gain a little. I'll tell you that much. Was that your question? It's hard to kind of see it now. I feel it's only proper to ask a true cinema master, as you're witnessing here. My next path in life, beaten down for years, ESR's handicap of only shooting 10-bit through... Wow, it can do that? Holy cow. Holy shit. Which is a better option to steal the cinema from everyone else? FX3 or the R5C? Why are those your options? Seriously? You go from cinema glory? I will say this. The EOS R might have a cinema kind of video look instead of the digital crap you're witnessing here. I do prefer the R8. It's sharper, it has slow-mo, it's more fun. Battery dies a quick death, but I just bought one from Aiden Camera and we now have 2 batteries. So I'm prepared to last at least 30 minutes. I can never claim that for in the bedroom, but it was FX. So I don't know what you're actually filming, but FX3 obviously fantastic. It's the A7S3 without any of the fun viewfindy action and a little heavier. And oh, you can screw things on top like little light bright machines and stuff. It's okay if you're into disappointing color science. But the R5C, like, you have to rig it up with the battery. It doesn't even work. Like, literally, there's all these modes in the camera that do not work with the original battery. So, I don't know, you get a little small rig adapter, same thing that I'm using for my OG. That would work, but then you're clunky in hell. Like, why? Just full frame? I want to blur the background, bro. Have you seen Marcus Pick's video at Disney World with the Sony RX100? It's better than anything any of us has ever shot. A little point and shoot. Like, simplify your life, man. You're going like R8 if you want the cinema, a little digital stabe. Boom, 4K 60. Can you edit the files? I can't. They're a little skippy. Little hop to the jump on that one. But like R8, R6 II if you had to. You get your IBIS now. Oh, I'm special. A little Nikon Z30. Come on. What do you do? Cinema glory here in your FX3? How many thousands will you kill and spend? Dare you dream you might even lean the Nikon ZF with its terrible grip, but it's a filmic look, I'm telling you. I can't wait to see that thing used for half the price, and I will lowball him then for even less, and I might pounce. But like all this R5C, C70, it's a headache. Having more is having less joy. That's all I know for sure. Lighter, fun, better. Nikon Z30 brings me joy. It's too fun for my own good. So, this heavy-ass bitch, 85mm, like, what am I even doing here? Why am I doing it? In fact, for the next question, let us switch to a budget lens. Probably looks even better. Framing's definitely different. Did not contemplate that change, but now we're just on the Canon RF 50mm 1.8 little budget hobo lens, but I bet it looks even better and sharper to you, and you're like, wow, that's better. How much more did it cost? Hundreds less, if not thousands. We are now on the Sennheiser MD46. It's much longer than the others. Here's my E935. Oh, God, talk to it. Something like that. So it's longer, therefore better. Funny and entertaining as always. Asking advice here, watching hundreds of YouTube videos. G9, way too many micro four thirds lenses, zooms, and primes. Considering upgrading to the G9 II. However, for that money, I could afford the A6700. That's a downgrade from the G9 II. And actually, no, that's actually better specs in some ways. Autofocus is improved. IBIS is worse. Couple lenses. If I sell my micro four thirds gear completely, yeah, good luck with that. Selling Panasonic gear. Welcome to that fairy tale. I've had my Leica 200mm prime, Panasonic's best lens ever created. Nobody wants it. I was shocked when I saw it for $21.70 Canadian. I was like, oh my God, this thing's freaking $4,500 new. Pounds. I went far to get it. I'm like, yeah, it is amazing. But no cameras really love me, so I'll probably sell it. Nobody wants it. Good luck selling anything from Panasonic. I just notice it. I search every day for gear from each company, and it's like Canon has pages of stuff being constantly sold. Nikon too, Sony as well. You get to Panasonic, and it's like 3 days ago somebody posted something. My God. Voigtlander, even worse for some reason. I would buy every Voigtlander lens ever made right now. Every made? It's English. Was that your question? I make short travel videos. I'm mainly into photography. See how I ignored that? I didn't even speak it. Travel videos on vacation. Since I do a lot of hiking, weight's an issue. Full frame bodies are okay, but the lenses, oh my god. 70 to 200. You're talking to the wrong guy here. You know that, right? I do vlogs in my living room and you're like, what should I do for photography on a mountain with your zoom lenses? Who uses those? Stick to Pennyboy or jump to Sony APS-C train. Inferior screen, single card slot. Your mom has a single slot. Ibis. More background blur. Like that'll help anybody. Okay, you're lost. In my opinion, G9 II is your upgrade. You have your G9, like it's so much better. Definitely worth it. If jumping trains, that's a whole headache. G9 II with Leica glass, I don't know that you could even compete. So like what you should be doing is selling your budget bullshit Micro Four Thirds lenses that are probably Panasonic zooms and get the Leica version, and then you might have some dignity on your vacation. You won't get robbed. I just made a video on the best APS-C cameras, so you've already gathered information from that. Switching to Sony, I mean, it's a sideways step at best. From the G9, I bet you do a little side-by-side, people are going to prefer the G9 image even. It's more stable than the A6700. It's like you're just in 4K 24p vlogging on your mountain about to get robbed and you vlog from a Mexican prison, whatever you're doing. G9 has your back and G9 II is way better. So it's like, I wouldn't be switching. Come on now, that's grass greener on the other side type of bullshit, and it's never green. There's dirt. Okay, now we have switched to the lowly Nikon Z30 with a kit lens. For some reason, I zoomed it in to 40mm because in our next shot, we're doing the 40mm Tony 2 Prime to compare it to the kit lens. Oh boy, this probably looks the best of all the setups so far, except I should not have auto-exposed. Every time I move my arms, things get crazy. So dramatic, Nikon. Okay, now, the funny thing about this mic, we are on the original MKH 416 that he sent me, which had no label on it saying 416, so I was like, it's a Chinese knockoff, obviously, and then he was looking through his garage or something, and he was like, oh, that actually, here's the M416, that wasn't it, actually, sorry about that. So this is like the ME66, I think. They don't no longer make it. So next, we might be switching to the actual legendary non-Chinese knockoff 416. Hello, Casey. I got a serious question. I'm having trouble picking my next video-centric camera. I was thinking of leaving Canon for they suck at video specs. Or is it you that sucks at your job? Consider that into the equation. They suck at video. I'm looking for my next APS-C or Micro Four Thirds, Micro 3/4. Didn't know that existed. I think I should buy one of the used GH6. Are you kidding me right now? Oh God, do you not keep up with news? GH6 is now irrelevant. The G9 II came out. Anybody who owns a GH6 knows that they basically have something that could never be sold. I don't mind autofocus problems, or should I get the Fuji XS20? Total budget 2,000. 2,000 what? American dollars or Canadian or Hungarian dollars? Is that what we're working with? I'm going to assume you want 2,000 euro pounds. That sounds like gold almost. XS20 goes to 1,800. Accessories. Look, man. G9 II is pretty fun. Fuji, you could argue that it's a better look, better color science, more fun film sims. I would prefer Fuji with Panasonic IBIS. They have like slow-mo with actual autofocus. That's nice. Don't move the arms. Nikon exposes for that. Don't do it. Stop moving. You could go Nikon Z30 if you wanted. It's fun for me. Maybe it wouldn't fit your needs, but I don't know. Like Sony APS-C, it's clinical, it's boring. Micro Four Thirds, super stable. Fuji, super shaky. It's like there's no best of both worlds. Go watch my APS-C video and you see all the pros and cons and the flaws. There's no pro to any of them. I just zoomed into 70mm because that could be done on a kit lens. So like I'm having the most fun with Nikon. Just straight out of camera It exposes the best. It's got the best color science. The Stabe is actually somewhat usable if you don't turn sport mode on. Not bad little system. It's tiny, lighter than all the others. Okay, let us switch to the boss mode setup. Nikon 40mm Tony-2 coming. We zoomed back out to roughly 40. And the microphone of legends. We are now on a very normal exposing camera that doesn't freak out. Nikon Z30 with the 40mm Tony-2. You got the lightest, cheapest possible setup. This is more like a 60mm on the APS-C crop. And now, the legendary Sennheiser MKH 416 used on movie sets and TV shows in your living room with definitely necessary wind protection. Casey, serious question. Do you think if this exact camera, he's talking about the DJI Pocket 3, was full frame with 15 stops dynamic range, but somehow only 37 grams heavier, zero overheating, would you at last long have the perfect camera? No. Stupid gimbal stupidness. Would that be like my ideal setup if I was like, we better design a camera? It would not have that gimbal thing. It would be Sony X3000, but a bit bigger. That camcorder style body, little flippy screen, optical Stabe like you wouldn't believe. Just a little optional crops for digital. We'd have like, you could do a 4%, 5%, just dial in your crop factor and it gets better and better. Wow. That is the ultimate. Because I find Nikon lens Stabe, once you turn sport mode off, friggin' sports with your rackets. I hope your tennis elbow flares up and you lose 15 love. Frickin' 15 love. Would that be the perfect camera? It'd be cool to see, but like, that's a fixed aperture. Oh, I have the blurriest background possible and there's nothing I can do about it. I like options. I like real cameras, and camcorders and action cams, they're real. They're not phone fakeness. They're still like kind of nice, but like an actual camcorder, full frame camcorder that was tiny with a fixed lens, little 15mm. Wow. So thank you Steinbeck for sending us all these mics, and that Mix Pre 3 is so fantastic. I'm loving that. You just plug it in. He gave me this like USB to power source plug. Boom, that's in there. And I got all these lights. They're flashing. If it's red, I know I messed up. It's like, oh, you're clipping now. It's like really great. I've debated getting that thing, but it's so expensive. It's so much better when someone just gives it to you. Wow, I am lucky. How lucky am I? So all these mics, tell me which mic sounded best to you. If it was my original E935, I will be so sad. And you know I'm selling all these, right, Steinbeck? Blur it less sometime. Even your iPhone's too blurry. Yeah, I said it. I'll be the one to say it. A little Nikon Z30, come on. What do you do? Cinema glory here in your FX3? How many thousands will you kill and spend? Couple lenses. If I sell my Micro Four Thirds gear completely, yeah, good luck with that. Selling Panasonic gear. Welcome to that fairy tale. So this is like the ME66, I think. They don't no longer make it. With this 40mm prime, what more could you want? I'm in love with Nikon. Sennheiser and Nikon cannot be beat if they hold hands. We all know that. Are you buying a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt or affiliate link related items that we talked about today? All the gear is down there. Subscribing maybe for more videos, and I'll see you next.